Reverend Dr. Jim Connor please come to the podium to deliver the invocation?
At the church I serve, it is my tradition to start with a bad joke, and this is the best I could come up with for this morning. Why didn't the pirate make it to the dean's list when he graduated? All of his grades were in the C's. My church folks didn't think that was funny either. But please, no name calling, that will be later in the ceremony. Our commencement convocation today is going to begin with an invocation. I recognize that we gathered here come from a variety of faith traditions, from a variety of life perspectives. And if prayer is not part of your practice, I invite you to reflect silently on the joy of this day and on the journey that has brought you here to this moment. And if prayer is part of your tradition, please join me. God of us all, we have gathered on this Saturday morning to recognize and celebrate this graduating class. We give thanks for their families and the many who have sacrificed to see them to this day. We give thanks for the professors, administrators, and staff who have taught, challenged, cared for, and accompanied these students on their journeys. We offer thanks for the incredible friendships that have been made. These students came here following their own unique paths, but they were open to find and willing to build community. We are grateful for all that they learned from and shared with one another. As a resident of Georgetown, I am grateful, O God, for Southwestern's legacy of investing in this community, for its witness to the importance of education, for the alumni who have ventured forth and applied what they have learned and used the connections they have made to make this world a better one. We acknowledge there is still work to be done. We lift in our prayers this graduating class. May you each find the place that Frederick Buechner described as where your deep gladness and the world's deep hunger meet. Do justice, love kindness, and walk humbly, and be patient with yourselves and with all the rest of us. Wherever the journey will take us next, help us to be present in this moment. And now is the moment for the next speaker. May it be so. Amen. Amen.
You may be seated. Welcome everyone here today to our 178th commencement ceremony, honoring the class of 2022. Members of the platform party, trustees, faculty, staff, alumni, family, friends, and most important of all, our graduating seniors. Today is your day. It's a warm day, but it is absolutely warm, not just from the sun, but from the warmth of our hearts. Before we begin, I'd like to recognize two members of the Board of Trustees who are retiring this year. As Chair and Vice Chair of the Board, Stephen Tipps and Henry Joyner have led the university through one of the most challenging periods of our 182-year history. Their unwavering commitment to our students and our mission helped Southwestern emerge not just successfully, but stronger than ever. Stephen Tipps, would you please rise so we may express our appreciation to you. Graduating seniors, I can see you took me seriously when I said fill the stands. We have an incredible crowd here today, and I know that they're all here with their love and joy to celebrate all of you. But first, let's talk about your achievements for a moment. During your time at Southwestern, you participated in organizations and activities that allowed you to discover your passions and to develop you as a whole person. You were a member of Sailors and Sirens, Ebony, Empire, Cat Partners, the Food Justice Association, Robotics Club, the Pre-Dental Society, and the Ping Pong Club. You led voter registration drives for SU Votes. You wrote for the megaphone, and you organized events for your peers as a Mosaic ambassador. You performed on the stage of the Alma Thomas Theater as members of the SU Jazz Club, SU Singers, and SU Chorale. You were members of the SU Wind Ensemble and Orchestra, who performed a selection of Beethoven symphonies at Dr. Ferrari's farewell concert. You starred in theater productions of American Laurent, She Kills Monsters, and Sweeney Todd, and in August, your show Ghost Unit, the live event, will be presented at the world-renowned Edinburgh Festival Fringe in Scotland. You set records as student athletes. You were a member of the women's soccer team that won its first conference championship, of the men's tennis team that made its first NCAA appearance, of the volleyball team that returned to the NCAA tournament this year, of the men's lacrosse team that tied for the most wins in program history, and of the women's lacrosse team that had the best season in university history. You were honored as an All-American, a Scholar All-American, an NCAA qualifier, an SCAC Newcomer of the Year, and an SCAC Player of the Year. You immersed yourselves in high-impact experiences that exposed you to new ideas and perspectives and helped you make connections across disciplines and different ways of knowing. You learned about human rights and multiculturalism in Morocco and studied history and politics in London. You researched tropical biodiversity conservation in Panama, examined environmental management and preservation in Ecuador, and pursued intercultural communications and leadership in South Korea. You served as a community-engaged learning student associates and virtually coordinated the science and math achievement teams, or SMART program, to support children in the Georgetown community. You interned with the Brooklyn Museum, Taproot Foundation, Charles Schwab, and Houston Methodist Hospital. You conducted archival research in Mexico City through a King Creativity Grant and engaged in scholarly inquiry alongside your kinesiology faculty member, Dr. McLean, through SCOPE. You presented research at the 2022 Alpha Chi National Meeting in Austin under the supervision of Dr. Barrenwala. You delivered a presentation in Spanish at the Latin American and Latinx Studies Symposium at Rollins College, stemming from your studies with Dr. Angeles Rodriguez, and you interned as a community-engaged learning student associate for Dr. Moore. And of course, you excelled academically. You were one of the most talented classes we have ever had. You were inducted into Alpha Chi and Phi Beta Kappa. You spoke about the reproduction of whiteness in higher education and the role of human and more than human assemblages in mental health care at the Research and Creative Works Symposium. You presented at the American Chemical Society Spring Meeting in San Diego in collaboration with Drs. Kaczynski, Massey, and Niemeyer. Dr. Stokes presented your kinesiology project abstract at the 2022 Experimental Biology Conference in Philadelphia. You've represented Southwestern at the 11th Race, Ethnicity, and Place Conference in Baltimore under the supervision of Dr. Johnson. And research for your capstone project, German Language Hip Hop in Modern Language Teaching and Learning, was presented at the American Association of Teachers of German. You were named a Newman Civic Fellow, a Kempfer Scholar, and a Gilman International Scholarship winner who will be studying abroad this summer via the SU European Cultural Explorations Program. And 2 of you received prestigious Fulbright scholarships and will serve as teaching assistants in Spain and Austria. You received the Merriman Morton Business Leadership Award, the Jan C. Dawson Award for Excellence in History, and the Grogan Lord Award in Computer Science during the honors convocation. And you already have plans for the future. You will pursue your master's degree in counseling psychology at Temple University. your doctorate in chemistry at the University of Michigan, your medical degree at Sam Houston State University College of Osteopathic Medicine, and your law degree at the University of Texas. You will work as a solutions engineer for HashiCorp, as a community educator for the Williamson County Children's Advocacy Center, as a development manager for the American Bookbinders Museum, and as an investment analyst for Barings. You are one of only 7 students in the country to be accepted into the FAO Schwartz Fellowship Program in Boston for students seeking experience in the world of social impact. And this is just your beginning. Just imagine everything that is to come. I speak for every person on this platform and every person in this stadium when I say how immensely proud we are of all of you. Who you are and what you will become is up to you. Your drive, dedication, and determination has led you here today and will lead you even further tomorrow. As is our tradition, 4 members of the faculty and staff have had their work recognized this past year with university awards, and we honor them now. I ask that all award recipients stand as your name is called. Please hold your applause until all of the honorees are standing. The winners of the Jesse Purdy Excellence in Scholarly and Creative Works Awards are Dr. Lamia Bahrainwala, Assistant Professor of Communication Studies, Dr. Emily Niemeyer, Professor of Chemistry, and the winners of the university's teaching awards are Dr. Jeffrey Easton, Department of Classics, Dr. Rebecca Evans, Department of English, and Dr. Deepika Sehi, Department of Economics and Business. Please join me in recognizing the faculty. Also, 5 individuals received the Joe S. Mundy Award for Outstanding University Service this past year. Again, I ask all award recipients stand as your name is called. Dr. Martín Gonzalez, Associate Professor of Biology. Dr. Maha Zuel Foot, Professor of Chemistry. Jefferson Ellinger, Technology Support Specialist. Grace Pica, Director of Parent Relations. Dr. Kendall Richards, Associate Dean of the Faculty and Professor of Mathematics. Please join me in recognizing them. The Phi Beta Kappa Honor Society, founded at the birth of this nation in 1776, is the most prestigious academic honor society in America. And yesterday afternoon, 34 members of your graduating class were inducted as the newest members of the Phi Beta Kappa Society. As has become our tradition, one of these students is invited to share reflections today. With her remarks entitled Paideia, Monument to Meme, and Back Again, please welcome your Phi Beta Kappa speaker, Demi Tomasidis.
Hello, everyone. When we were freshmen, they told us that Paideia was the connection between disciplines. They said it was a monument of our school and a cornerstone of what it means to #be Southwestern. I think we all looked at this powerful word our first year and collectively asked, but what the hell is it? We knew Paideia was something to be revered, a legacy to be taken seriously. We knew that Paideia was a monument placed here by our SU ancestors, and we were only beginning to understand how we fit around that monument. When we were sophomores and finally learned to pronounce this string of vowels, Paideia quickly became a meme. Everything was a Paideia moment. discussing the social impact of female mathematicians, Paideia moment. Dancing with the CS major at a frat party, Paideia moment. Whataburger cups in questionable locations, that takes ingenuity, Paideia moment. However, when COVID hit, these Paideia moments became increasingly rare. They were asynchronous, choppy over Zoom, and someone's dog was always barking in the background, namely mine. By our junior year, the connotation of Paideia transformed altogether. It didn't just mean making inter-academic connections, it meant reclaiming the opportunity to make these connections. As a class, these Paideia moments grew to mean more, not just as connections between concepts, but as connections between each other. It was here that we made the word our own, that we invested ourselves in the monument. Here, Paideia meant getting creative on connecting with our people. It meant working and sacrificing so that we could come back to campus and learn together again. Ultimately, it meant intense self-exploration so that we could arrive here at the finale of our senior year, sharing our final Paideia moment as undergraduates of Southwestern University. This is the Paideia moment that we worked for. Yes, it was disrupted and disjointed, but still today is the culmination of the class of 2022. Our courses, internships, project grants, study abroads, and 4 a.m. pots of coffee are practicing into the late night, building clubs from the ground up, and arriving to class out of breath because you got stuck riding uphill on that broken pirate bike. And this is it. This is our Paideia moment. Not a meme, not over Zoom, not something that we just kind of stumbled into. This is our moment, and we earned it. Of course, yeah. Of course, we did not earn it by ourselves. We earned it through the faculty who valued us enough to treat us as colleagues, who connected us to their own network, who believed in our scholarship and encouraged us to get it published, who respected our work enough to grade our essay on content even though we completely missed the point of the prompt, who mentored us and let us basically live in their office hours. We earned it through the friends who let us ugly cry in their car, who brought us dinner when we were too consumed with Capstone, who provided the carbs and Cabernet when we had to watch a foreign language film with no subtitles, who made sacrificial brownies so we could bestow them at Monstrance's feet, who we are devastated to say goodbye to because we love beyond love them. We earned it through our family, who sent groceries to our doorstep when we were too sick to go to HEB, who so thoroughly critiqued this speech the night before graduation, who can speak volumes with a single emoji, to the siblings who can set us straight the way only a sibling can. Yes, we owe it to the family who has always been one call away. To all those who helped us earn it, thank you. I'll close with this. I cannot wait until we run into each other 10, 20 years from now, when one of us is the head archivist at the Smithsonian and centering marginalized voices in our national narrative. When one of us is developing policy that radically transforms the standards for accessibility. When one of us is the lead scientist on a team working to cure degenerative diseases. That is the encounter that I cannot wait for. The one where we run into each other again and get to have yet another long-awaited Paideia moment. Congratulations, everyone, and thank you for the monumental friendships.
Thank you so much. At this time, I'm delighted to introduce today's speaker, Dr. Cassandra M Mcseal. A 1992 graduate of Southwestern University, Cassandra returns to us today as a highly respected mathematician and leader in her chosen field. Cassandra graduated magna cum laude with a Bachelor of Arts in Mathematics from Southwestern, where she was elected to the Honor Society Alpha Chi. She went on to earn her master's degree and doctorate in computational and applied mathematics at Rice University. For the last 22 years, Cassandra has worked for ExxonMobil, helping the global oil and gas corporation solve complex business challenges through mathematical models and applications. She joined the company in 2000, developing optimization software for oil and gas, investment portfolio planning and management. She has steadily advanced her career over the years, leading the visualization and workflow integration team, working as a skill area advisor, being senior advisor and supervisor for the computational methods section, and serving as computational and data sciences manager for upstream integrated solutions. Just last month, she was named Senior Change Advisor for the newly formed ExxonMobil Technology and Engineering Company. In that role, she is part of the strategy and planning group, responsible for the successful startup and implementation of the new organization. Cassandra exemplifies how the liberal arts experience prepares students for 21st century career success. In addition to serving on the Southwestern Board of Trustees, she's a member of the Girl Scouts of San Jacinto Council Board of Directors and has served as co-chair of the United Way of Greater Houston Women's Initiative Steering Committee and as a member of the Church Council for St. Luke's United Methodist Church in Houston. With her commencement address titled Lessons Learned, please join me in welcoming Dr. Cassandra Mcseal.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you, President Trombley, for that lovely introduction. Professionally, I'm used to writing speeches about mathy things or energy things or mathy energy things. A commencement speech is definitely a new challenge. You are all unique and individual, so it's impossible to write a speech that works for all, but I hope that you will at least find one thing in my story and in my advice that you can take from today. I came to Southwestern in the fall of 1988 as a recipient of the Brown Scholarship. I had never heard of this school, and until my high school guidance counselor encouraged me to give Southwestern a look, I fully intended to enroll in UT's Plan 2 honors program, the one and only school I'd applied to at that point. I was a Pell Grant student whose calculated parent financial contribution was literally $0.00. I only understood college conceptually. I had no idea what it meant to major or minor in anything. I had no idea what a fraternity or sorority was outside of the reruns of Animal House that ran on HBO that I technically was not allowed to watch. I ultimately chose Southwestern after an overnight visit. The beautiful campus, small classes, friendly students, and welcoming faculty and staff worked their magic. I knew Southwestern was the place that I belonged. I was a reluctant math major. Not because I didn't love math, but because I had no idea how I would earn a living with a math degree. I changed my major every semester: chemistry, biology, sociology, psychology, until the end of my sophomore year, when my very wise and very patient advisor, who also happened to be, not coincidentally, the chair of the math department, advised me that I had to stop vacillating and stick with a major or I'd never graduate. And oh, by the way, the only classes you take every semester are in the math department. Face it, kid, you're a math major. I met the father of my children at Southwestern. We were married at Lois Perkins Chapel and held our wedding reception in the old Student Union building. The marriage didn't last, but my little family endures. My daughters, Maddie and Lena, are the most magnificent gifts I never knew I wanted. And I'm an empty nester now. My oldest graduated from college last year and lives in New Jersey. My youngest is a junior in college in California. I miss them terribly, but they mostly answer when I call. I spent a lazy Saturday afternoon once watching old home videos of the girls, as empty nester moms are naturally inclined to do. My favorites were the ones of the ordinary afternoons and the ordinary conversations. I fast-forwarded through the dance and the choir concerts and the gymnastics recitals. I want to go back to that young mama and tell her to make more ordinary videos of ordinary conversations on ordinary afternoons, because that's what life really is, a string of wonderfully ordinary moments. So what then would I tell my 21-year-old self in May of 1992 at my own graduation from Southwestern? I tell that young woman that some of the sagest advice she will ever get will be from her future kindergarten-age daughter. Everyone doesn't have to like you, Mama, and you don't get invited to every party. And she'd witnessed the most salient lessons in grit, perseverance, and determination watching her youngest daughter run anchor in a record-setting 4x1 relay after a season of injuries and setbacks. I tell her that she would learn the value of a liberal arts education and the power of storytelling, and that throughout her career, she will use what she learned in her sociology and psychology courses as much or more than what she learned in her math and computer science courses. I tell her the great friends she met in her college years will still be dear to her decades later, and on the rare occasions that they meet, it will be as if no time has passed. I tell her things won't always be easy, but they are almost always all right. She will love some things she thought she'd hate, like running a marathon or raising teenage girls, and she'd hate some things she thought she'd love, like partial differential equations and cheesecake. I tell her she'll discover that life is full of both tragic heartbreak and beautiful surprises. There will be growth when she thought it was the end and strength when she thought she was done. Graduate school will be more challenging than she thought, but she has more in her than she thought. I tell her that she'll be surprised to learn that her weaknesses are her gifts. Never quite fitting in gives her empathy for others. Being a consummate childhood tattletale transforms into an adult who's a fierce defender of justice. I tell her the girl whose suite mates nicknamed, well, actually, will build a successful career in computational and data sciences out of her affinity for detail, patterns, and logical connections. I'd let her know that no matter how much money she earns, she will always be working class at heart, and in many ways, that's an amazing gift as well. Her family will continue to shape much of who she is and what she values. I'll tell her that she would be the only whatever at many tables she finds herself seated. Geek, woman, African-American woman, ally, working class, liberal. She'll take that seat anyway. She'll recite the second half of Micah 6:8 as a meditation and call to action. Seek justice, love mercy, walk humbly with your God. Finally, I tell her that one day she will realize that Southwestern stands front and center in her origin story. And 30 years into the future, she'll stand in front of Southwestern University's class of 2022 and leave them with these 5 lessons. Lesson 1, make your time count. Believe it or not, 30 years will pass in the blink of an eye. I ran across an article on a website a few months back that illustrates this fact so perfectly. The article was called The Tail End. In a post from 2015, the author lays out an average human life as a set of charts containing a series of dots. In the first chart, there are 90 dots, 1 dot for each year. The second has 1,079 dots, 1 for each month. The third has 4,692 dots, 1 for each week. And finally, 32,850 dots, 1 for each day. The author muses after the final chart that even a lucky person who lives to be 90 will have no problem fitting every day of their life on 1 sheet of paper. Sobering, but where the analysis really starts to get interesting is when the author looks at a human life not in units of time, but in events, which leaves the reader wondering, how many more books can I read in my remaining years? How many more trips to ACL Weekend 1 with my friends? How many more vacations with my girls? Until my girls went off to college, I saw my children every day, and then 4 months a year in college, and for my oldest who lives in New Jersey, maybe 30 days over an entire year. Given that this trend continues and I live to be 100, I've already used up 80% of my time with my oldest child. We are at the tail end. Time is a most precious gift, and how I show up with her in that last 20%, humbled, present, and grateful matters. How we all show up every day for our friends and family matters. Make your time count. Lesson 2, prove that 1 is greater than 0. One of the most fascinating proofs in mathematics and real analysis is proving that 1 is indeed greater than 0. It's also the exercise you refrain from sharing with your family and friends lest they think your fancy degree isn't real. It seems axiomatic and obvious, but from a philosophical perspective, it's really quite profound. 1 is greater than 0. Doing something is greater than doing nothing. One person can make a difference. In the book, Making Numbers Count, the authors tell the story of Muhammad Yunus. As an economics professor in Bangladesh, Yunus was troubled by the fact that villagers who were too poor and risky for traditional banks were instead forced to accept the usurious loan terms offered by moneylenders in order to purchase the few supplies they needed to earn a modest living. Convinced that very small loans could make a very large difference for poor people, Yunus offered up his own money, approximately $27, and reasonable repayment terms to the villagers. Without having to pay the outrageous fees to the moneylenders, the villagers, all women, were able to substantially improve their families' living conditions, educate their children, and repay those loans. Yunus had pioneered the concept of microcredit, and in 2006 won a Nobel Peace Prize. As the authors note, poverty in Bangladesh feels hopelessly large and complex. The overall problem is depressing. But the power of 1 is that it focuses us on the tiniest day-to-day components of the overall problem in a way that shows us the potential for progress. Now, I am not suggesting that you put win Nobel Peace Prize on your bucket list. What I am asking you to do is to be vigilant for those tiniest day-to-day components of a problem that you care about. Concerned about childhood literacy? Call your local elementary school and read to a child. Concerned about overcrowding and no-kill shelters? Foster an animal. Want to help your local United Way agency understand the optimal allocation of limited resources aimed at addressing the most critical needs in your community? Hypothetically? Mobilize a set of like-minded data science coworkers to tackle the problem. You can be the 1. Prove 1 is greater than 0. Lesson 3, claim your seat at the table. Shirley Chisholm was the first Black woman to serve in the United States Congress and in 1972 became the first Black woman to compete for the Democratic Party's presidential nomination. But these firsts are not what make Mrs. Chisholm remarkable. In her bid for her party's nomination, she faced opposition from all fronts. She was disrespected and dismissed, but she remained unbought and unbossed. She knew she was unlikely to win the Democratic nomination, let alone the presidency, but she ran anyway. She knew she could pave the way for others. Mrs. Chisholm wanted her legacy to be that she had been a catalyst for change. As I mentioned before, I'm often seated at tables, conference tables, and dinner tables where I don't quite fit the norm. Being the lonely only can be, well, lonely. I can only imagine the fortitude and determination that Mrs. Chisholm had to have possessed in order to continue to fight the good fight, stay true to her principles, and represent the many voices who were not at the table. This was literally her sworn duty, and she took her remit seriously. No matter your background or the affinity group you claim, don't forget how lucky you are. If the 7.7 billion people in the world were scaled down to just 100, only 7 would have college degrees. No doubt, you have worked hard and earned your place in this graduating class. But never take for granted the just right circumstances that led you to today. You are lucky and blessed, and in turn have a responsibility to bless others. If you're given a seat at the table, show up and show out. Like Mrs. Chisholm, your unique voice and perspective are needed. And if you're not given a seat at a table where your voice matters and needs to be heard, in the immortal words of Shirley Chisholm, bring a folding chair and claim your seat at the table. Lesson 4, design your life. There's a very popular course at Stanford called Designing Your Life. The course uses design thinking to help students build a well-lived, joyful life. Design thinking is a technical discipline used to understand customers and create innovative solutions. The premise of the course is that the same tools and techniques used to design products that people love can be used to design lives that people love. The promise is that true happiness will come from designing a life that works for you. While I did not take the course at Stanford, I did purchase the book by the same name. Highly recommend, makes a great graduation gift. Designing a life that works for me boils down to two things: good people and good choices. What I choose to do every day and who I choose to do it with matter. First, find your people. Nope, get yourself some good people. Good people pull up. Good people start the meal train when a loved one dies. Good people make sure you got home safely from that party. Good people ask if they can pick up your kids on another random day off school and you have to work. Good people ask how your grandma's cataract surgery went. Good people pray on your behalf and text those prayers to you daily when you find yourself lost in a season and you simply cannot pray. Good people show up. Surround yourself with good people. Be somebody's good people. Regarding choices, the most pivotal choices I've had to make have involved balancing work and family. Both of my daughters arrived at the most professionally inopportune times in my career. The first was born 3 months before defending my PhD, and the second was born 6 months into my first real job. Work-life balance was a struggle from the starting gate. However, luckily for me, and early on in my career, I received the very best professional advice ever from another working mom. And it was simply, when your child is sick, go home. In other words, know what's most important to you and act accordingly. Determine what that thing is for you and let it guide your choices. You don't have to know exactly what you're going to do with your life, but you are obligated to do the work to figure that out. And you don't have to do it alone. Use your good people. Use your parents' good people. Use your new alumni network's good people. Build a team and build a life by design, not by happenstance. Design your life. Lesson 5, listen to your mom. When President Trombley asked me to give the speech today, I asked her why I had been chosen, and among the many lovely reasons she recited, one was simply because you're a mom. When my girls graduated from high school, I wrote them both letters telling them how much I loved them and providing a bit of advice for the future. None of the advice was about discovering your passion or declaring a major or choosing a career. It was simply my attempt at helping them navigate this vast and wondrous world as whole people deserving of love and belonging. So because I am a mom and I understand the assignment, Dr. Trombley, I'll share this advice with you today as well. Be quick to forgive and offer grace, but maintain your boundaries. Respect others. Everyone has a story. Never apologize for who you are, how you feel, or what you think. Always apologize when you're wrong. Love your body and respect it. Eat well, exercise, and get enough sleep. Don't stuff down your feelings. They're just feelings. Let them come and go. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Raise your hand. You're never the only one. You will make mistakes, and that's okay. Shake them off and make a plan. Oh, and things don't always go as planned, and that's okay too. Embrace the chaos. You can always change your mind despite what anyone says. No is a complete sentence. Ask lots of questions. Everyone knows something you don't. Be curious about what that might be. Join a club, a dance troupe, a sports team, a circus, whatever. Give it a shot. Say yes to life. Speak your truth. Trust your instincts. You know more than you realize. I am not your mom, and I realize there are some in the audience today whose mom is not a part of their life for any number of reasons. And so I'll ask you to interpret the word mom very liberally and hear this next part in the voice of the person, irrespective of relation or gender, who loves you the very best. As I take the liberty to stand proxy for them and say to you today in no uncertain terms and with my whole chest, you are all whole people deserving of love and belonging. Listen to your mom. Congratulations, graduates. Along with your family and friends here today, my heart is bursting with pride and anticipation for all the ordinary and extraordinary adventures ahead of you. And don't forget your folding chair.
Thank you so much. Mr. Tipps and Dean Gonder, will you please join me at the podium for the conferring of degrees to the members of the class of 2022.
Will all candidates for degrees please rise? Madam President, on behalf of the faculty, I certify that the candidates receiving diplomas today have completed all of the requirements for their baccalaureate degrees. They are entitled to their degrees so earned with all the rights and privileges pertaining to them.
Madam President, the faculty has recommended to the Board of Trustees that Southwestern University confer baccalaureate degrees upon these candidates. I am pleased to certify that the Board of Trustees has voted to confer these degrees as recommended.
By the authority granted to Southwestern University in its charter, first by the Republic of Texas in 1840, and subsequently by the state of Texas, and by the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees, and upon recommendation of the faculty, I confer upon you the degree which you have earned with all the rights, honors, and privileges appertaining thereto. Please take a seat until the time comes for you to rise and come on stage. I invite the families and friends to stand as your graduate's name is announced. Candidates for baccalaureate degrees, please come forward as directed by the graduate marshals.
Emma Rose Vore Ackerman. Evan Boardman Alexander. Mary Isabel Alverson, summa cum laude. Andrew Robert Anderson. Tyler Stewart Anderson, Paideia with distinction. Iris Evangelina Ayala. Caitlin Ann Babb. Hunter William Bajap, cum laude. Bethany Michelle Balbus. Mary Catherine Ballou. Madeline Jane Barlow, magna cum laude, paideia with distinction. Alejandro Isaac Batt, cum laude. Alexis Nicole Bockham. Hudson Myers Bearden. Mary Jane Beltran, paideia with distinction. Gage Sterling Bernard. Naja Eileen Besiso, summa cum laude. Carolyn Rose Black, magna cum laude. Sarah Joy Bowen, paideia with distinction. Madison Grace Brent, paideia with distinction. Michael William Brockhouse. Kaylee Shea Brockman, paideia with distinction. David James Burchester Jr., paideia with distinction. Erica Elizabeth Burley, cum laude, paideia with distinction. Sierra Alice Burton. Calliope Roberta Caldwell, magna cum laude, paideia with distinction. Angel Nicole Cantu, cum laude. Alyssa Nicole Cerda. Noah Thomas Clarkson. Maya Isabel Clausen, magna cum laude. Trent Matthew Connor. Daniel Grenay Cordiguera. Carlton George Emmanuel Covington, Paideia with distinction. Lauren Taylor Crabtree. Carolyn Haven Cravey, Paideia with distinction. Grace Eliana Cruz. Brant McLean Daughtry. Christopher Ray Garza Davis. Charles Alexander de la Rosa. Garrett Ray Dennis. Marissa Isabella DeRico, cum laude, Paideia with distinction. Cecilia Dominique Diaz, summa cum laude, Paideia with distinction. Nicole Natalie Diaz, summa cum laude. Chandler Joseph Dixon, cum laude. Carson Bonner Dorsey. Adam Nicholas Doxey, cum laude. Peyton Joyce Duggan, magna cum laude. Lauren Brooke Dunway. Evelyn Grace Eason, magna cum laude, departmental honors in Spanish and Paideia with distinction. Heather Lynn Elrod, magna cum laude. Cale Montgomery Ensminger. Antonio Andres Esparza, cum laude. Edward Christopher Ivanchek. Madison Grace Files. Callum Freeland Folks. Mackenzie Hope Follis, magna cum laude, Paideia with distinction. Mario Joseph Foltz. James Brewer Foreman, Jr., cum laude. Kyle James Frank. Anna Irene Franklin, magna cum laude, paideia with distinction. Diploma to be presented by parent Peggy Freitas, Corinne Alexis Freitas, cum laude. Lauren Reese Fullenwider, cum laude. Jordan Thomas Fullard, paideia with distinction. Abigail Christine Fuller. Miranda Elise Garcia. Logan Graham Garner, magna cum laude. Brandon N. Garza, paideia with distinction. Alyssa Jade Gibson, magna cum laude, paideia with distinction. Aiden Richard Gildea. Nathan Richard Goldman. Emily Rose Marie Gottsman, magna cum laude. Cameron Lane Gould. Elaine Dolores Goulden, summa cum laude. Travis Scott Griska. Nicholas Taki Guarin. Brooke Carolyn Guthrie. Darcy Lynn Hansen, paideia with distinction. Hannah Elizabeth Hansen. Alana Ruth Hawkins, magna cum laude. Paige M. Hemmingson, cum laude. Wilson Everett Herbst. Morelia Hernandez. Jake Gregory Hessinger, magna cum laude. Valerie Brianne Hester. Allison Brooke Hewitt, magna cum laude. Lillian May Hickman. Catherine Irene Heable, summa cum laude, Paideia with distinction. Julia Violet Hollis, cum laude. Maria Elena Nzinka. Sen Huang Yang, summa cum laude. Ian David Jones. Juliana Louise Casper, summa cum laude. Coleman Harris Kerr. Maha Ehma Khan, summa cum laude. Thayer Hannah King. Audrey Angela Kirkman. Victoria Danielle Klein, magna cum laude. Lance Dawson Cruz. Thomas Michael Kuznar, cum laude. Marion Russell Lawler IV. Caden Michael Lawrence. Vesko Lekovich. Benjamin Francis Libby. Thomas Edward Lopkovich, cum laude. Lovely Alyssa Lopez. Shanna Michelle Lucas. Benjamin Frank Ludwig. Ian Myers Lundy. With diploma to be presented by parent Nadia Mahana, Courtney Lee Mahana. Ivan Ilya Mina, magna cum laude. Rini Miriam Manakara. Yasmin Claire Mansour. Elena Lizette Martinez, Paideia with distinction. Cameron Lewis Mathis. Jessica Lee Mayer. Brianna Brittany McCullough, cum laude. Timothy Wallace McCormick, cum laude. Seth Christopher McCrum. John Travis McGuire. Victoria Abigail McKay. Alun Medina. Madison Abigail Mefford, cum laude. Charles Joseph Maserve. Vivienne Elise Miller, cum laude, Paideia with distinction. Matthew Minnick. Blake Aaron Mira. Juan Carlos Mojica, Paideia with distinction. Brianna Ray Montgomery, Paideia with distinction. Parisa Mary Mosavi, summa cum laude. Annie Yulisa Morillo, cum laude. Michael Albernaz Neves. Kylie Lynette Nixon. Kylie Lynette Nixon. Ricardo Ernesto Olivares. Eric Oval. Mason Paul Pierre Parchois. Victor Lawrence Pate, Paideia with distinction. Kishan Rajan Patel. Max William Pearson. Natasha Lee Perez-Krause, Paideia with distinction. Dawson Robert Phillips. Eliana Marie Piggott, magna cum laude. Diego Rogelio Pocorul, summa cum laude. Kyle David Pershke. John Jefferson Porter. Alberto Enrique Quiñones. Nicole Alexandra Rajtak, magna cum laude, Paideia with distinction. Himanshu Rambajan, cum laude. Corin Sarah Elizabeth Ramirez, cum laude. Haley Elizabeth Rasco. Jackson Christopher Rees, Paideia with distinction. Gavin Matthew Reed. Luke Taylor Richards. Megan Page Ritchie, magna cum laude. Luisa Fernanda Rivera, magna cum laude. Colleen Michelle Roche, summa cum laude. Keith William Roop, magna cum laude. Nathan Ryan Sager. Alicia Malin Salas. Sharayu Vikram Salunki. Tyler M. Santos. Charlotte Elizabeth Barjett Saunders, cum laude. Max Elijah Shine, Paideia with distinction. Megan Holland Schlab, magna cum laude. Nicholas William Shanning. Gage Michael Shoup, cum laude. Ethan Akira Sleeper. George Evan Smith, cum laude. Ryan Scott Smith. Mary Margaret Stansbury. Blake O'Neill Stillwell. Jonathan DeLoss Stinnett. Darby Lou Vida Stowers. Edmundo Suarez, Jr. Edu Swat, cum laude. Demetra Carey Pastolis Tomasidi, magna cum laude, paideia with distinction. Sean Gregory Tracy. Tashawn Renee Treadwell, summa cum laude. Jennifer Lee Turlington, paideia with distinction. Aiden Andrea Urias, magna cum laude. Sophia Gabriela Valdespino. Christine Elaine Velez, cum laude. Arturo Thomas Volpe. Chandler Lee Verba, cum laude. Joshua Allen Ward. Allison Noel Emily Wells, magna cum laude. Alyssa Ann Wells. Kaylee Marie White, summa cum laude. Ashley Marie Whitlock. Sarah Jane Willman. Scott Anthony Wilson. Zoe Love Wilson. Carlos Wolf. Sarah Jade Woods, magna cum laude. Lily Yepes. Hannah Elizabeth Young, summa cum laude, paideia with distinction. Matthew Jarrett Zillman. Saul Francisca Zuniga, paideia with distinction. Sarah H. Ahmed, magna cum laude, paideia with distinction. Leila Iris Avendaño, paideia with distinction. Matthew Jerome Crater. Vittorio Robert Kirkin. Gabriela Renee Mayhew. Bernard Kwame Centure. Hannah Stella Valdivia, paideia with distinction. Sarah Jade Woods, magna cum laude. Celine Rose Alandi Bautista, cum laude. Macy Lynn Baker, cum laude. Melina Xanadu Boutros, paideia with distinction. Danielle Elizabeth Brown, magna cum laude. Grace Bernadette Brungard, summa cum laude. Hannah Elaine Egbert, magna cum laude. Annalise Sean Uten. Jesus Garza. Allison Olivia Grona. Hunter Bo Henry Brown. Gracie Beck Huber, magna cum laude. Brandon Lamont Jennings. Andrew David Yezacek, cum laude. Thomas W. McNeely, Jr. Summer Claire Newton, cum laude. Savannah Marie Plunkett, summa cum laude. Peter W. Radke. Antonio Annette Renfro. Elizabeth Sarah Russell, magna cum laude. Carolyn Nicole Smith, magna cum laude. Macarius Joseph Utilla. Timothy Andrew Beerwith. Dominic Michael Bleya. Benjamin Scott Capps, summa cum laude. Taylor Ann Carney. Jake Alexander Casazza. Sage Edward Clay, magna cum laude, paideia with distinction. Emily Elizabeth Eli. Carlos Marcela Esteban Drodero, paideia with distinction. Nathan Samuel Fetchel. Jacob Harper Fly. Victoria Clarice Galbraith, magna cum laude. Douglas Martin Ginsberg. Robert Scott Herford, Jr. Sydney Elizabeth Hodge. Declan William Jeffries, summa cum laude. Sarah Ann Lee. Sydney Jolie Lester. Jesse Isaac Lamas. Alec Martin Lucan. William James Mawlawson. Ethan Michael Nunez. Colin Vance O'Hearn, Shane Thomas Phillips, Quinn Summer Piankowski, Robert Wade Roebuck, Catherine Jean Samples, Nolan Eric Scherzer, Ren Evan Siebold, Carl Patrick Solis, magna cum laude. Joanna Curran Sheely, Shelby Ann Smith, Clayton Ray Stone IV, Paideia with distinction. Colton James Stone. Emily Suzanne Thompson, cum laude. Brianna Natalia Uricalo, cum laude. Samaya L. Varnell. Whitney Ann Whitehill, cum laude. Erica Michelle Wilson. Nolan Lane Winsman. Valerie Elizabeth Acosta. Evan Boardman Alexander. Yusuf Al-Najjar. Emma Catherine Astad. Taylor Marie Backus. Nicholas Paul Bailey, cum laude. Seth Aaron Berg. Eileen Rose Bishop. Nathan Keith Botros. Sean Jacob Calvert, summa cum laude. Gabrielle Alice Cano. Austin Lee Castilleja. Cameron Matthew Collins. Ewing Wilson Cook IV. Lucia Rose Cuomo. Samantha Madison Davis, cum laude, paideia with distinction. Preston K. Deming. Amy Giselle Duarte, cum laude. Brennan Scott V. Eggers. Clarissa Elise Ambrosio Estoesta, cum laude. Caleb Michael Findley, summa cum laude. Natalie Ann Garrett, magna cum laude. Scott Adam Gockel, summa cum laude. Filomeno Garcella Gonzalez III. Gerardo Daniel Gonzalez, summa cum laude, departmental honors in mathematics. Emmett Green Griffin Baldwin, summa cum laude. Victoria Alexandra Haid, magna cum laude, paideia with distinction. Rhoda M. Hijazi, cum laude. Chase Hinojosa. Benjamin Noscare Imaribe. Vanessa May Jones, magna cum laude. Lucas Gerard Carrette, cum laude. Samuel David Lodi. Lauren Sun Lee, paideia with distinction. Arthur Louis Lehman IV, summa cum laude. Jared Daniel McCormick, magna cum laude. Kiamber Miracle Renee McCracken. Alexis Yvonne Medina, magna cum laude, paideia with distinction. Neha Ruhim Momin, magna cum laude, paideia with distinction. Catherine Fang Nguyen. Penelope Reed Nunn. Esther Nyanduko Nayaberi. Andres Orozco. Nicole Ortega Castro. Saturnino Osorio Jr. Kiran Panjwani. Amy Gwendolyn Reynolds. Emma Jane Rohde, magna cum laude. Erica Dawn Roebuck. Catherine Elaine Rohrer. Katie Elizabeth Rosenkrantz, magna cum laude, paideia with distinction. Corbin James Ruiz, summa cum laude. Robert Louis Schwartz III. Ava Brooke Schwarzlos. Carl Patrick Shawless, magna cum laude. Mishti Prashant Shaitia, magna cum laude. Ethan John Shilgalis. Emily Michelle Shipman, magna cum laude. Dylan Lee Smith. Catherine Laura Smith. Alexander Travis Spinn. Jessie Triana Stovall. Alexander Travis Spinn. Alexandra Lynn Tiley. Paideia with distinction. Brianna Danielle Tovar, cum laude. Victoria Marie Tovar. Shelby Christina Wilhite. Jules Ransom Williams. Kenley T. McCaffrey. Clayton Taylor Arnold. Anna Irene Balch. Lauren Elizabeth Brandon, cum laude, paideia with distinction. Oscar Lee Bryan. Nilla Perry Dinoker, paideia with distinction. Jack Barrett Delashaki. Campbell Hale Duffy. Sarah Marie Emery, magna cum laude. Sarah Ashley Graves. Olivia Ruth Gray. Morgan Page Hall, magna cum laude. Lillian Jade Hilliard. Logan Elizabeth Holmes. Lossie Elizabeth Hudspeth. Paisley Blair Humpert. Ryan David Johnson. Camille Marie Hoggett Crumwoody. Madeline Leanne Lamb. Madison Ray Land, cum laude, paideia with distinction. Emily Rosalind Leon. Kyle Philip Livingston, cum laude. Caroline Grace McCain. Olivia Rose McCain, summa cum laude. Megan McDonough. Hannah Rose Mitchell, cum laude, paideia with distinction. Zareen Virginia Parak. Dane Brandon Parker, magna cum laude. Lillian Grace Persifield, magna cum laude. Isabella Grace Ritchie. Hannah Deborah Rutt, magna cum laude, paideia with distinction. Maylin Sanchez. Hannah Marie Sanderson. Luis Ramon Sandoval. Leila Rezik Sacker, cum laude. Grace Lauren Sexton, magna cum laude. Jana K. Steen. Aidan Zachary Sweeney. Jessica Elizabeth Workman. Isla Rain Danley. Hattie Nettie Nicole Fisher. Lillian Elizabeth Luce, magna cum laude. Madison Mary Mintline Miswuski. Shelby Iona Vance, magna cum laude. Allison Nicole Byram, magna cum laude. Alexis Aria Lemus, magna cum laude. J. Edward Nava, cum laude, paideia with distinction. Micah Linnell Stanley. Destiny Grace Wood, magna cum laude.
Can we put it on? And our last graduate of 2022, Abby Peterson. Please give her a round of applause. Graduates, you now have the opportunity, the day before Mother's Day, to publicly thank your friends and family members who are here. Stand up and shout-outs are welcome. Go ahead. Well done. I'm now delighted to introduce Miguel Zaria, the president of the Southwestern University Alumni Association and a member of the Board of Trustees. Miguel is a managing director, international client advisor, and family wealth director in Morgan Stanley's Private Wealth Management Group in Austin. He launched his career in finance with Goldman Sachs in 1998, where he spent 9 years as an executive director in offices in the United States and Europe. After living abroad for 14 years, he returned to Texas in 2015. Prior to his career in finance, Miguel was an elementary school teacher in San Antonio's inner city, and then served as chief of staff to a Southwestern alumnus who is the Secretary of Administration at Mexico's National Institute of Anthropology and History. He graduated from Southwestern with a bachelor's degree in communications, and he earned a master's degree in education, magna cum laude from Trinity University, and a master's degree in international management from Thunderbird School of Global Management. While at Southwestern, he was a member of Phi Kappa Alpha, the Student Foundation, and the tennis team. Prior to his election to our Board of Trustees, he served on Southwestern's Development Committee and on the Board of Visitors. With his remarks entitled, "To Inspire, to Serve, to Grow," please join me in welcoming Southwestern University Alumni Association President Miguel Zaria.
Thank you, President Trombley. It is an honor to be here with you today, with your family, with your friends, and the phenomenal faculty that at times lifted you up, the staff and senior administration, and with you, President Trombley, our first female president since our founding 182 years ago, who is guiding us and challenging us to an even greater future. On behalf of the Southwestern Alumni Association, which is a global group of over 15,000 alumni, I congratulate you and your families for your monumental achievement. Thank you for your courage, your fortitude that was required to commit yourself to your Southwestern journey. Today, you're joining a diverse group of graduates with whom we all share a connection. Each one of us chose to entrust a major part of our lives to Southwestern. And the association looks forward to collaborating with you so that it becomes vital in your life and to your university. As a student, you gave Southwestern her life. As alumni, we can help shape Southwestern's future. In the next few minutes and hours and days, you will be departing Southwestern with a future that you will craft with all that you have learned from faculty, from staff, administration, and from one another. And as you make this transition, I encourage you to take some time to reflect on what you can do to inspire, to serve, and to grow Southwestern. Be an inspiration to your alma mater, to chart the right course, a just, diverse, and inclusive course. When I think about what we are called to do as alumni, I think about the words of Dr. Bob Bednar, a 1989 Southwestern alumnus and associate professor of communication studies, who said, if we are to thrive as an institution and serve as an inspiration to other liberal arts institutions, it will be because we know who we are. If you stay engaged with faculty, with staff, students, and fellow alumni, you can be that inspiration to all of us and challenge us to always remain true to who we are and who we need to be. This is how you serve your alma mater, by sharing of your authentic self, by letting your voice be heard, no matter how far you may be from campus. Our community, your community, will be better served by your passion, your creativity, your intellect. So seek opportunities to stay engaged, stay involved, and give back in the ways that thousands of people have given to this university and to you so that we could be here today. And finally, we must continue to grow as individuals, as alumni, as a university, by advancing our alma mater in a diverse, equitable, and inclusive way, and most importantly, by taking care of one another. We will always want to belong to a lifelong Southwestern experience and feel like we really do belong. To inspire, to serve, and to grow. That is Southwestern's calling to its alumni. We are incredibly proud of you. We thank you for already enriching Southwestern as a student, and we look forward to all we will accomplish together. And never forget, once a pirate, always a pirate. Thank you.
I now invite Mary Beltran, Katie Rosenkrantz, Max Shine, and Hannah Young, senior members of the Student Philanthropy Council, to come forward.
Hello, my name is Max Shine, and I, along with Mary Beltran, Katie Rosenkrantz, and Hannah Young, my day one friends at Southwestern, have represented the class of 2022 on the Student Philanthropy Council. The Student Philanthropy Council's mission is to educate students and the campus community on the importance of giving back to Southwestern, not only during our short time on campus, but throughout our lives as alumni. As our class, our time at Southwestern has been shaped by our experiences across campus. With our senior gifts, we are able to support the various departments, organizations, and campus initiatives that we hold dear. This year, the class of 2022 has given back in record numbers to show their love and support for the place that we have called home for the last 4 years. I am proud to announce that 90% of the class of 2022 made a gift to the university this year. 62% joined the Tower Society by making a gift of $20.22. Together, we are making a significant impact on Southwestern. Since 2015, classes on campus have fundraised to establish endowed class scholarships. The goal for each class is to build their scholarship to a minimum of $25,000 by their 5th reunion to help support future Southwestern students. Today, we are excited to share that with the help of our friends and families, the Class of 2022 Scholarship Fund has surpassed its goal and has raised $38,000, $562.33 for this scholarship. In the fall of 2023, a new Southwestern student will receive a scholarship in our class's name. But that is just the beginning. In order to ensure that future students can enjoy the Southwestern experience that we were fortunate to have, we must continue to give back to Southwestern, not only with gifts to the university, but with our time as volunteers. We encourage you to make a habit of supporting the programs you believe in. At a place like Southwestern, every student, graduate, and friend is important, and so is every gift. President Trombley, on behalf of the students and families of the class of 2022 who supported this senior gift, we are pleased to have contributed $81,282.80 to Southwestern University this year. Please accept this check as an expression of gratitude to the faculty, staff, and students who made our experience not only possible, but meaningful. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Oh, wait, we take, yes.
Coca-Cola. Thank you so much for your philanthropy, for your caring, and for paying it forward for the next student who comes to Southwestern. Well, we're almost to the end. This day is almost done, and I just have a few last words. You will return to Southwestern now as alumni. You're no longer students. And when you do, I want you to talk to those young students that you will encounter, because they will look at you with admiration, and they know that you have secrets that they've yet to learn. I hope you tell them your stories of wearing a mask for 2 years, of the snowpocalypse — we could use a little snow right now, in my opinion — of your faculty, your mentors, your friends, and your loves and your dreams. Come back and share your stories with us. And when you tell those stories, remember the most interesting roads that you will travel are steep, and they're curved, and they're unpredictable, and sometimes dangerous. But just keep your eye on the horizon. Look for the light that's peeking over the horizon. No matter how hard it gets, you will prevail. It will be fine. Dear friends, family, trustees, faculty, and staff, it is with great pride I present to you the class of 2022. Congratulations. I now invite Professor Bruce Kane to the podium to lead us in the singing of the Alma Mater, accompanied by the Southwestern University Wind Ensemble, conducted by Professor Lois Ferrari. Please stand as you are able and remain standing for the benediction.
Even if you feel like you can't sing, the words are in the program, so at least speak along, but preferably sing.
Loyal voices blend to
Dr. Reverend Jim Connor.
Are you hungry? All this talk about paellas made me really hungry through the service. Graduates, you have some amazing names. So go forth from here and be the best person that you've ever been. And now is the time for you to truly answer the question you've been asked for months. What are you going to do after you graduate? Go do it. Celebrate. Remember what Nelson Mandela said, that education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. So go change the world. One good decision at a time. One moment at a time. And on your journey, wherever it takes you next, may it be filled with peace, hope, joy, and love. Amen.
Audience members, please remain in your seats until the graduates and faculty have recessed. As the graduates recess, they will gather for a class photo. Congratulations, class of 2022.
Victory lap across the stage too.
So throw your straw hat.